Doppels are the new thing this mission. They're a collection of particles that mimic the shape of one of your ships and either patrol or come charging at you. Some of them have guns, but ramming is normally the real danger with these guys. I've had a few false starts and one successful attempt at this mission, but that attempt got bogged down in the middle. And who really wants to watch that? So I'm doing it again. We're going to deploy in this fortress here. It's got 2 energy nodes and some land to shield us. These 2 emitters spray a lot of particles in this direction, but keep very little around them, which makes them easy pickings, but it makes these energy mines difficult to take. Once we have a few warships, we'll take out the emitters first, then grab the 2 energy mines. From there, we'll assault the middle, wrecking this emitter and taking this power. This will give us range to leapfrog out and neutralize these Doppel spawners and mire factories, one at a time, while using Omnis to snag this island. From there we can leapfrog around the island and take out the last of the enemy structures. Power is always a problem at the beginning of these later maps, and it was one of the main reasons I kept failing on those first few attempts. And range is relatively limited here, so I'll be taking bonus mine production, bonus land production, bonus energy range, and the Omni cannons. That'll get me the energy, it'll get me the range, and those Omni cannons will get me a little defense in the opening fortress. I might ditch the cannons later though if I need the gem. I'm going to skip grabbing the scrap just because I'm only grabbing this other node and I can grab some scrap from that node. Grabbing the range increase will also let me move this Omni up soon, which will let me snag that big nose there, which is a giant artillery ship. This got off to a bad start. Normally the particles don't come charging in quite that hard. We're fine though. Totally fine. Totally fine. I was distracted by that, which means I did not get my Omnis up. I've got some power, so I'm just going to get a big old warship right away. And that was the warning that the Doppels are coming. You can see 3 of them there, there, and there. They're not much to look at yet, but they're going to come at me soon. I've got the range to move up on that big nose. Grab these last 2 scrap. I'm remembering to build in my backfield so the ships under construction don't get taken out by stray particles before they get a chance to finish. There we go, got the big nose. Marauder's done. Stick an amp gem in him. Send him over here to cover. Because as you can see, there's a lot of emergent coming out. And most of it seems to be going right down the middle. So that Marauder should probably stay there. Not doing well on power yet. Looks like I'm starting to make progress up north. So let's see if I can push this. We're going to power down his particle beams. His particle beams eat a ton of juice. They don't do any damage, they just shove stuff back. Which is great when you're getting swarmed, but I'm not getting swarmed. I just want to kill particle. I'm going to try getting the command ship in there to take out that emitter. Those particles are all loose and untargeted, so they're not coming for me. Which makes this easy. Other cruiser's done. I'm getting lots of cash, so time to build another ship. First emitter is down. I'm making a lot of progress. I've kept a lot of the particles away from my base at this point, so I think I can say the fortress is safe for now. Those particles seem to be redirecting, so I'm going to fall back. I'm going to need a tanker to take that guy out, so that I can get the range with a ship to cover the HQ. Fall these guys back so they're not stunned up front. Everybody. Everybody turn off your particle beams. Move the Marauder up so that when the tanker's done, he can be my cover. Swap the Mark 7 to only shoot Doppels. Mark 7 needs a ton of power as well, and it's great at killing Doppels. It's also great at killing particles, but it's not efficient compared to a laser or a missile, and I'm running a little light on power. My tanker's done enough to get me the range I need. Let's take out that emitter. I'm watching that Doppel coming in. I'll fall back if he starts getting really close, but it looks like he's on a different patrol path. So some of it's getting through, but not enough to be a problem yet. Okay, get back. Run interference with Marauder. I can rebuild the Marauder, but having the Command HQ warp out is a big problem. Got a ton of power, so time to build a couple new things. At this point, we're going to start going for those energy mines. I am putting the Command HQ up front, but there's a lot of particle off to the right and not a lot to the left. So there's a bunch of my own ships between the Command HQ and where the danger is going to come from. Upper destroyed. Time to move to that lower one, which is pretty much uncovered at this point, mostly thanks to that benign particle emitter. Speaking of that benign particle emitter, next up is a couple grabbers. I can use them to help me countermire. Speaking of countermiring, I want that particle cannon. Moving these guys up so they can destroy the particles before they get within range of my ships. Get my stunners up to defend. Start grabbing some particle. Now I could lob everything up to that upper island, and I might in a little bit, but for now, let's try to grab a foothold on that island there. And let's see if I can Omnistorm this repeater cannon island. There's not a lot of ships down here, and that Doppel is coming in. So I'm following everybody back in the hopes that he goes for the mine instead, because I can always fix the mine. Done. Mines are cheaper to replace than ships. Another Doppel coming in and up here. That was dumb. I wasn't paying attention. We can't really afford to replace him just yet. Can we afford not to replace it? No, we cannot. You can see that Mark 17 is doing a ton of damage to that Doppel. Omnis are expendable, that's what they're for. The Wolf is done. Doppel coming in from down there. I'm continuing to move the Mark 17 back and forth to take out Doppels because he's the best at it. Let's get the Marauder where he's actually going to do the most good. Things are getting a little bogged down right now, which is what I was hoping to avoid. But once I've got these energy nodes stabilized and defended, I should be able to push up from there. Let's start flinging those friendly particles over there. Time to start thinking about hitting that emitter in the middle. That repeater cannon will take out the Doppels that come from the north. The Mark 17 can take out the Doppels that come from the south. And now I've got the money, so let's start pushing up at that emitter. I want to get a hammer, of course, for defensive purposes. We're going to leave the Marauder there. He's going to be doing a lot of the defense from that side. And move just about everybody else over here so they can assist. Pushing everybody up a bit so they can push the particle back. Switch off the particle beams again. Where is my other cruiser? Oh, right. Yep, I'm paying attention. Tanker up here for the energy support. Every warship I've got. Let's get ready to do this. I was thinking about pulling amp gems out and sticking them in the lathes, but I really kind of like where the amp gems are right now. So we're going to have to do this the hard way and get the hammer in really, really close. I'm hoping the benign emission is going to really help. Thought I told you to flank. Turn everyone's particle beams back on. That will probably help. Yeah, that'll help a lot. Need to remember to do that. The one support vessel I forgot. As soon as the hammer's repaired, we're sending him right back in, and this time we're going to back him up with lathes, because it looks like I've pushed the particle back far enough. Might be enough. Thus, at least the Omni cannons. They're not doing a lot anymore, and I really need that amp crystal. Now we zoom in and we watch the front armor. I'll bet an enemy doppel made it through. What a downer. I totally thought I had everything in the bag. I'm about to destroy the emitter, and oh, there goes the energy mine. There we go. Everything's back up. So at this point, we're going to push up to that center energy mine, which I should be able to do with a little bit of effort, but I'd rather have the micro tanker so I can leapfrog the power in there. Mark 17, you're awesome, and I love you with an amp gem, but I really need the extra range right now. Command, you just stay there. You stay on cover duty. And don't get destroyed. I've got the extra range now. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. There, power up. Let's get the lathes in here to take out this struck that's in the way. Because I don't really feel like micromanaging the hammer right now. Now he's still the fastest way to do this. Micromanage the hammer. The Marauder's not doing a lot of good back there anymore, so he gets to move up. At this point, I'm bombarding that center island with countermire in the hopes of getting myself a little bit of a beachhead so I can Omni-storm it. And while we're waiting for that, let's push south. Marauder will run cover on the north. Everyone else will push south. And see about taking out that Doppel spawner and that Mire Bruiser. So the Doppels on the left just keep coming around and destroying that mine, which is what that repeater cannon is supposed to be handling. Well, it might be the emergent, come to think of it. Let's use some of this friendly particle. Deal with that problem. I'll deal with the center island later. Start poking a hole over here. Bring the lengthened lathe over. Chasing the Doppel with the Mark 17. Hammer fort that Doppel emitter. I'm a lot of trouble with that northern island. It's my micro tanker. All that plasma that's in the way is causing a problem. I can deal with that. There goes the energy mine again. Oh, we got it this time. Excellent. I'm going to mire this island the other way, the fast way, now that the micro tanker's in place. My right side island eliminated. Omni destroyed is fine. In fact, it gives me another Omni to use for this storm. Probably going to lose at least one of the Omnis up there, because that's the way it works. They don't generally spread counter mire fast enough for all of them to survive. Looks like it worked that time. I'd say I probably don't have to worry too much about this upper left side anymore. Really like to have an Omni or two for over here. So let's do that. A lot of you. Get some cover from all that emergent. Now the big question, can I get him just in there just right? I don't think so. Do I need to? Good, worked. it. Bother. Let's leave one ship to cover down here. Send everyone else over and we'll take the top. That I have neglected for far too long. I'm going to leave the Omni there for now, but since I might want the micro tanker, I'm going to free up a gem. Bring up that gem turns out to maybe be a bad idea. Now I'm hurting a little bit for power. So let's free up a gem from somewhere else. I want the bonus range. Let's take it off the lathe. No, let's take it off of you. And swap places. Of course I start moving them just as a whole bunch of particles show up. What was I freeing up that damn gem for? Oh, right. Get sidetracked. Time to take out that doppel spawner. I don't think that much mangling is quite necessary. Just keeps spawning emergent, though. Alright, that guy's toast. I was afraid of all the emergent spawned. Don't really need the anti-creeper on the center island anymore. Get some stunner coverage up here. Wow, I lost a lot of Omnis when I was busy fooling around. But Omnis are expendable, that's what they're for. Countermiring these edge islands is not really necessary. What is necessary is taking out all these structures. Hold on. Everybody back up. Do this the smart way. Get everyone in position first. Hammer up front. Cruiser on his flank. Cruiser on his flank. Wolf in behind. Lathe ready to pursue. This is looking organized. Kinda. As soon as the massive mess of particles slows down a little bit, we'll scoot up. That doppel's going to be a problem. Or not. I mean, he did a lot of damage, but he didn't take anything out. Now that Mark 17 is in range. Not quite keeping up. Need to get a little closer, but I don't have the firepower for it. Alright, everybody fall back. Jamming up on. Let's try this again with a slightly bigger ship to help me out. Attack formation, move up. These Omnis I was going to do something with, but now they're just hanging out, so we're going to park them on the ground. Scoot the hammer up a little. Open up his side so we can get the lathe in. Hammer up a little more. Put the lathe in range. Yeah, they're really beating on him. Come on, guys. Gotta pull the hammer back. Leave the lathe in harm's way because it was so close, and we did it. So rather than rush the middle, I'm going to move around and take out that emitter on the other side. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. We're going to rush the middle. It's faster that way. What kind of range is that going to get me? Excellent range. That's what kind of range. Use the anti-creeper to keep them suppressed over on this side. Not like that, I don't. That I do. Good, it's working out great over here. Get into position to destroy the Doppel first. Actually, can I swap positions and take them both out? No, not yet. But now I can. And just hope I have the energy throughput to keep this moving, because wow, that's really bad. I knew I was going to track some particle, but that's ridiculous. They could be doing me some good up here. So at this point, the well's dry on my supply ship. And the throughput's not keeping up with the amount of power I need, so we should probably fall back a bit. But why? I can take out this Doppel spawner. Hopefully not piss off the emitter while I'm at it. Getting energy over there. No, well, we're not busy. Let's go make a hole over there. It's dead. I hope I have the firepower. Everything. Shoot everything. I need your firepower. I need your firepower too. I know I'm not operating at full capacity for energy. I'm hoping that I can take this thing out without it. Hammer will hold. Woo! We're going to fall everybody back, because it'll be easier to flank around the lower part of the island and take out that lower emitter than it will be to go over the top. I don't even care about that upper island anymore. Move the fleet into position. I should have this one. There's not enough particle to be a threat, especially since I've got it suppressed by my friendly. That's getting a little heavy up there, but nowhere near as threatening as that upper one. And done! So plan worked out pretty well. I got a little bogged down again in the middle, mostly when I forget to keep my ships in formation and dumb stuff happens. As long as I keep remembering to do that, things will keep going smoothly.